All right, guys, this is the Slinging Preacher. Y'all hang around. Gonna show you some highlights from the ACC and a little bit about what's been going on since then. So stick around and wait for a few comments at the end. All right, headed to the Alabama Catapult Carnival. Y'all ready to go?
Yes, sure.
Turn y'all around. Here we go.
Harbor, there's no cat out. Tell say, there it is. And you just start saying
She goes, quack, 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 because I have ducks, so she's all about the ducks, quack, quack.
Yeah.
Low.
It's uphill. It just really doesn't feel like it.
Low. Aim at the top finger.
That's what I did. It keeps curving to the right.
Make sure your thumb is not squeezing that ball
Yep.
with the bent digit, because that's probably
Get the
what it
elbow
is.
up.
I shot right in that part.
Now try to talk him into let me hang a bell in there.
One more time.
I think you're gonna walk it in there. That's a skill in and of itself, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you,
Here you
I
go.
think that's really a lot further away than here.
I feel like it's super close, dude. Obviously I could hit that, dude. Ain't no way.
Alright, Ted, you gotta shoot one more at least. That was so close.
I'm like him. I think I hit it in the OK.
I think that okay draws your eye, so you have to think about something there.
I was trying to go to the right side of the target. Low. Last and final shot.
Walk it in, watch out. Shot you. Nailed it down. Dead center.
All right, bud, you got
I
it.
think Bill should have to shoot mobile. The rest of us should be able to shoot any of the other cities.
See the marks where Birmingham is?
I do see them.
That's me.
I ain't shot you.
Well, if I can see it from here, I know it's you and Dan to put the mark on there. You with speed and Dan with mass.
Well, I want to shoot a little bit bigger.
Shooting right under it, brother.
They take a few full games.
Well, I know they cost so much more too.
They do per shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, even here is like
One of the
actually
great
reasonable.
things about slingshot is cheap ammo, and you can carry it in your pocket like a can of pistol. So you got those two things.
Pistol might have a little bit more FPS.
It does, but it's not as fun.
Right under it.
It's not as fun because
long
if
shot.
you shoot that without earplugs, goodness gracious.
Well, you just get used to it. Just be deaf like me. You get,
I am deaf like you.
there you go.
Never enjoyed it though.
Well, that has certain benefits.
Well, I do too.
Boom! Got
Even
that.
still with my deafness and my opponent.
All right, guys. So I went to the Alabama Catapult Carnival. Well, let me back up a little bit. If y'all watched any of my other videos, you saw that I had back surgery in December. and just been having a time getting over it, over the back surgery, and went to the Alabama Catapult Carnival. And if any of y'all saw me there, you know that you saw me just like I was walking around on eggshells and uh, having to walk with my little stick and whatnot and sit on the porch a good bit. Didn't get to really go to the lake and shoot or anything like that. Uh, had a great time. That was got to meet a lot of people that I've been wanting to meet. Uh, my son got to shoot with Mr. Bill Hayes. That was a highlight. They got to do the woods course together, and that was great. And not to mention just some other great people that I met. If you've never been, I would suggest that you go. But so I got back from the carnival, and a couple of weeks later, I just kept getting my back just would not get well. And the Thursday before Easter, um, my back got really sore, and uh, Easter weekend, uh, a red spot came up on it. And long story short, that following Monday, I went to the doctor, and he took one look at me, my spine surgeon, and he said, CT, MRI, and I'll meet you at the hospital. And when doctors and nurses get in a hurry, that worries me. So went to the hospital that evening. He did surgery, cleaned out my. I ended up having an infection. Had an infection the whole time for 4 months. Didn't know it. Uh, I had to go in, take out half of my hardware. Spent a week in the hospital. Uh, Now I'm 2 weeks out of the hospital. I got a PIC line. Got 8 more weeks of antibiotics. Can't pick up more than 10 pounds, and it's just been kind of crazy. But just sitting here, been getting over surgery now for months, and I haven't been able to do nothing. So excuse my yard. This is my backyard. But just sitting around, I got to putting together this little slingshot. It's a birch plywood slingshot, and it's 100 mil. And what I did, I love the Wasp XO, and love the shape of it, but it's narrow, and I need a wide frame. I shoot better at wide frame. So I took the Wasp XO dimensions and made it 100 millimeter wide. So I usually finish my slingshots with true oil or boiled linseed oil or Danish oil or something like that, or a combination of beeswax and true oil. But this I try to do with super glue for the first time. And I'm gonna need y'all's help if you're watching this video. If you are an expert on super glue, it's a mirror finish. It is smooth as can be. But if you look around my edges, it almost looks distressed. Now I thought I put enough on there, and when I covered it in super glue, I wet sanded with 400 grit and then 600 grit. And like I say, that's smooth. And I avoided my edges so because I didn't want to go through my finish. But it looks like I did. So if y'all can tell me what I did wrong, let me know. Now this is a great little slingshot. I'm not going to discard it just because it's got some weird looks to it as far as the finish. But please let me know, and we'll see how it goes. But we're gonna shoot it a few times, and um, that's about all I can do nowadays, guys. I just uh, getting over this surgery and stuff, and but one of the things that I keep going over in my mind is I was sitting on the porch that day at ACC, and I was sitting there shooting with Jorge Hernandez, and he had like 17 surgeries last year. And I said, man, when you're laying there and you're thinking about stuff and whatnot, I said, what keeps you going? And he says, there's always somebody that's got it worse than you do. And you know, that's a fact. No matter how bad we have it, there's always somebody that's going through something worse. And if you don't believe that, whether you're a believer or not, if you read the first chapter of the book of Job, you'll understand that, you know, even though you think it's the worst you've ever had, there's always somebody that's going through something worse. So instead of having the poor me's, I told the Lord, I said, Lord, of all this stuff I've been going through, if I can touch somebody's life, if I can, whatever ministry you would have me do, let me do. Whether it be how I keep my attitude through this, upbeat or whatever, just to touch somebody's life. So he hadn't shown me that yet. I don't know what direction he has me going, but hey, I can still sit on my back porch and shoot slingshots. I can still tinker around and make slingshots. Can do other things. I was able to preach this past Sunday. I'll do Bible study tonight. This is Wednesday night. We're going through the book of Daniel, so I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, let's shoot this thing a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but kind of, got to take my glasses off to do this. But somewhere right in there, I have like a spinner, pellet spinner target, and then there's that water bottle I shot a little bit ago, and then my son's got some cans hanging in the tree. My wife loves it when we get out here and hang stuff up to shoot in the backyard. But let's see what we can do with those spinners right there. If you can't see it, maybe you can hear it if I can hit it. Of course, I missed. I always miss the first shot on camera. I don't know. I can shoot it 50 times in a row, and then I turn that camera on, and everything goes out the window. One. Barely got it. There we go. Flipped it all the way around. I don't know if you can see that or not. Try it again. The little thing shoots great. I am going to make some modifications. Let me shoot one more time. I'll show you the modifications I'm going to make. Shot low. I think I had it twisted forward, I believe. Hard to shoot for me sitting down. There we go. So it's pretty wide tips. I think they're like 27. So I think what I'm going to do is modify my template and make it 20. Because I shoot a 2015 taper. These are 2015 taper simple shot .5 latex. But I think I'm going to get my template and shorten it in this way, make my gap in here a little bigger, and just make it 20. We'll see. Well, I may bring y'all along on that build. I'm just still playing. But again, if you know what I did wrong on that finish, like I say, it is smooth as glass, but it's just got that distressed look around the edges. But be glad to know what I did wrong there. See if I can hit that water bottle way out there. There we go. Got that dude. And my son's got a can over there. I don't know if y'all can see it. Maybe you can hear it if I hit it. I'm kind of twist, and that's a little hard to do. Let's try it. Just to the side of it. Let's try it again. But yeah, there we go. But I had rotator cuff surgery last February. So between rotator cuff surgery and now 2 back surgeries, I'm a year and 3 months getting over surgeries. And that gets old pretty quick. I guarantee you. Shot over that bottle. I didn't pay attention. I shot at the bottle and not at a point on the bottle. I do that a lot. Y'all ever do that? Just get in a hurry and sling it instead of concentrating. Ow. Man slap on that one. But anyway, would love to hear back from y'all on these finishes on these slingshot. Got that one again. But anywho, so I'm going to sign off and leave it with y'all. We'll leave you with a Bible verse, though. When you get down, and I have had some tough times laying in the hospital bed and whatnot. I've had some low times, but this is what I always remember. Romans 8:28 says that all things work together for good to those that love the Lord. So I don't know if I could make it through all this without him. So whether I praise him when I'm up and I praise him when I'm down. And I know he's going to see me through it. Y'all have a good one, guys. Slinging Preacher signing off.